Guys, are you able to hear me? Can someone confirm,
Yes,
please?
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
Alvin. Now
Were
you're
you able to hear
audible.
me earlier?
No.
Okay, there was some
No.
glitch, I guess. Fine. So I hope all of you can see my screen and now you guys can hear me well, right? I'm still waiting for others to join. We'll start in some time, maybe a minute or so. Before that, anyone has any question on previous topics which we have covered, sessions, anything? People who could not complete their practical due to any technical issue, not talking about the time or other issues, where they stuck somewhere, any issues, something like that, where they tried and they got stuck on the technical step. Yes, guys, anyone? I see people have the number of tasks which you guys used to do earlier. It has reduced now, and that has especially it is being done when the important topics are being covered. So please make sure that you do complete your practicals, you do complete your tests, you do complete your question and answers, guys. These are very crucial and helpful, and these are mandatory. Actually, we cannot skip them. So anyone has any questions, guys? While others are joining, we can still discuss. Are you guys, did you guys read these questions? Hub and spoke model, one of the must ask questions. This is in your interview, they will definitely ask you. They might ask you what is the current network infrastructure in your company. You'll have to say hub and spoke and explain. They might ask you what is hub and spoke. You'll have to explain. Difference between dynamic and static IP. No one is going to ask, but you should know. That is the reason I have mentioned this question here. Normally, no one will ask this difference between dynamic and static question. This is a very basic question because then what is network route? This they may ask. What type of routes do we have in Azure? They'll definitely ask. And then what is the difference between UDR and custom routes and system routes? I mean, if you know this, what is a custom route, you'll definitely know what is a system route. And if you do know both of them, this question will be answered already. That what are the difference? So guys, did you read this? If I ask one of you now, can someone answer these questions? Can someone answer, explain hub and spoke model?
Can I try?
Yes, please.
Hub and spoke model basically works for multiple connection on. The hub and spoke model is usually used when an organization needs to connect multiple VNets uh, uh, in a restrictive, or let's say in a controlled manner, where they actually set up a hub where from where the connection basically goes in or comes out, and it the hub basically connects to the required VNet which is present on the network.
Well try, but not at all satisfactory. Who was that? Murtaza, was that you?
Yes.
No, not at all satisfactory. If I was an interviewer, right?
Can I try?
Yes,
So,
please.
so basically, in the hub and spoke model, hub ultimately one of the VNet act as an hub, and it connects with the another VNet via VPN, and the rest of the VNets then with the help of VNet pairing connect as a spoke. So in that way, you make a connection without having multiple VPN connections.
Good, still not satisfactory, Hussein bhai. When you missed on many points, jumbled a bit here and there. VPN, or you mentioned about VPN. Why would I use VPN to connect other VNets? So we be very specific with jargons, VNet pairing. Now, we could use VPN also, but here I'm sure you meant VNet pairing. Why would we use VPN if the all of those networks are in same region and even if it in different regions, same subscription? Anyone else would like to try? But at least you guys are trying, Murtaza, Hussain. Guys, I want you to try. It's completely fine to fumble, give incorrect answers, use a jargon here and there a bit. But unless you do it here, you won't be able to speak in your interview. So anyone else would like to try? Shikha, you join now. We are practicing these questions. Explain hub and spoke. So would you like to try? explain hub and spoke model?
So hub is basically a shared services.
Yeah, continue. Full answer, please.
Yeah, hub is basically a shared services in which it includes the Active Directory and domain network services and DHCP.
Okay, but what is complete hub and spoke model?
So if we are creating the like round using round table and other VMs, so for that we can like hub is used.
Okay, good try. शिखा मुर्तजा हुसैन सी आप तीनों के आंसर को मिला देंगे ना, then at least you will have a one good answer, right? So you should not be your answer should not be like this. Interviewer एक इंटरव्यू के वक्त बिल्कुल भी, especially if you're targeting एक 12-13 लाख 15 lakhs का पैकेज जब टारगेट कर रहे हो, you're expecting your company to pay you 1 lakh रुपया a month, right? Then कुछ तो expectation हो गया आप लोगों से. And no matter how good you are at the practical, आपको अभी मैं screen share कर दूँ, और if I ask you to share your screen and complete the hub and spoke, maybe you guys will be able to do it. You'll take half an hour, you'll read the steps step by step, आप document देखोगे, Google देखोगे, and I'm sure you will be able to do it. But your interviewer doesn't have that time, and that is not the method to evaluate you, right? No one is going to share a screen with you and ask you to create something, and then they will do the evaluation कि हाँ इसको आता है नहीं आता है. The only method they are going to judge you is by your answers. So you should be good with your answers. If you know something, you should be able to express it in a proper manner, using proper jargon and everything. Here I have already given the answer to this. So if you cannot make your own sentences in a better manner, follow this. If not, Google, ChatGPT, anything, whatever you are comfortable with, do that. Okay, let me see if we have hub and spoke. Here we have. A virtual hub is a Microsoft managed virtual network that enables connectivity from other resources. When a virtual hub is created from a virtual WAN, or in this case, hub and spoke model, so this is how you can read it completely. इस तरह से पढ़ो. And if you're not comfortable with this one, कि यानी ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा technical है, then make your own answer. But in your answer, I have been always telling you to mention the jargons, right? So whenever you give any answer, use jargons. None of you talked about UDR. Without UDR, our hub and spoke it's just another VNet pairing, right? So do not mix on components. Your answer should be, I'm not talking about English here. Forget about the grammar. This is not the English test. You're not going to take calls. Call center wala interview nahi hai. If it is good, well and good. If it is, more the merrier. So if your language is good, it's well and good. Especially when a client is taking you around. But even if it is not there, that's fine. When I say a proper sentence, what I mean here is your jargons. They should be there. VNet pairing, instead of VNet pairing, don't call it VPN. Right? If it is VNet pairing, say it VNet pairing. If it is something else, call it that. Right? So it should be there. VNet pairing ho ya kisi bhi tarah ka jargon ho, use them as it is. So use jargons. Second thing, components. Components is one of the important things, guys. Do not miss on components. When we are talking about a hub and spoke, what are the components? Must components: virtual networks, virtual network connectivity or VNet pairing, and UDR. Without UDR, these virtual networks, this hub and spoke model, it's just like another VNet pairing, right? Who I think Murtaza said, right? The connection will go from hub network. So instead of connection, use traffic. Instead of go, use flow. The traffic will flow, or traffic will pass through this connection, something like this. So make your answer more technical. It gives an upper hand compared to other candidates which an interviewer is interviewing for one position. Okay, but yes, please do read, guys. Do read and answer. Try to answer here. Do we have? Sorry. Do we have Nitesh? Has Nitesh joined? Yes, Nitesh. What type of routes do we have in Azure? This question, is it visible, guys? Do you want me to increase the font?
express route and UDR.
Can you elaborate? Guys, I have always told you never answer in keywords. The moment you answer it start elaborating it. So can you elaborate?
User defined route
Hmm.
and custom route. Custom route, it is a customization and user defined. We can change or we can implement something.
What else? What else? What other difference it has?
Uh, in UDR we can change. This is changeable and custom. It is a customization and we cannot change.
Okay. Few quick corrections. Express route, not at all. यहाँ का concept भी नहीं है, right? It's something else. Just because it has route in that word, do not mingle it here. Express route is a completely different thing. UDR and custom, both are same things. In fact, it is written there. Slash का मतलब ये होता है same चीज है, एक चीज को जो दो अलग अलग नाम है. The other qualities which you're talking about, guys, what is the term for that? One is
System route.
yes, system route. हितेश सिस्टम राउट की बात करो आप. आंसर सही था, hence I did not interrupt. बट यूडीआर एंड कस्टम राउट नहीं है वो. यूडीआर और कस्टम सेम ही नाम है. यू कॉल इट यूजर डिफाइंड और यू कॉल इट कस्टम. कस्टम का नाम ही मतलब होता है समथिंग व्हिच यू कैन कस्टमाइज. कस्टमाइजेशन का मतलब है समथिंग व्हिच यू कैन एडिट. सो आपका यूडीआर एंड कस्टम इज सेम थिंग. द वन व्हिच यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इज योर सिस्टम राउट. एक सिस्टम राउट, दूसरा है यूडीआर या कस्टम राउट. बाकी थोड़े बहुत उसकी आपने जो डेफिनेशंस दिए दैट इज करेक्ट, दोस आर करेक्ट, fine. One of the important things you missed on, the hierarchy. Which one takes preference on which one? Anyone, guys? Let's say that I have a rule in system route rule that traffic should flow from this route, and then I have a custom route that traffic should flow from route B. Which one will take the precedent?
The user defined one.
defined.
Why is it based on some numbers or what is it? How guys?
No,
How
so Azure basically by default prioritizes the user default.
Yes. So this should be a part of your
routes.
answer without another question or without someone your interviewer is asking you this back. If this should be a part of your answer should be a complete answer. कि ठीक है उसने पूछ लिया आपसे UDR, you explain UDR, you explain system route, and then you give the differences in both of them. Dynamic and static, let it be. Fine, guys, let's start with the today's topic. I shared a link with you to install Storage Explorer, Azure Storage Explorer on Mac and on Windows also. Personal laptop, I asked you not to do it on your office laptop. So how many did you do? How many of you did you manage to do it? Yes, guys. Anyone installed that tool?
No, so I don't have a personal asset, so it wasn't possible for me.
Create a virtual machine, install it on that. Simple. Guys, try using cloud in your day-to-day problems also. Start using cloud as a solution, technical problems I'm talking about. Right, we already discussed this, right? If you do not have a personal laptop where you cannot run some PowerShell script or you cannot install something, simply create a virtual machine, try install it. Later delete it, that's fine, but I wanted you to learn it at least once. Same goes to you, Satar bhai. Create a virtual machine, install it there. To everyone, I mean, I don't have to now repeat it for everyone. Everyone who is using office laptop for practice, create a virtual machine, install the tool in the virtual machine. Clear? You don't have to keep the machine. I'm not asking you कि एक machine आपका personal बना के रख लो. Create a virtual machine, complete this practical, see how it looks, इसको download, install करके देखो एक बार, and then delete it. Delete the machine, delete the completely, delete it. Not only the software, delete the machine itself. It doesn't matter. Clear, guys?
Yes, Solva.
Okay. So let's start with the storage topic, guys. here few concepts of networking are still pending, but I did not want you to confuse, and it's gonna be too much for you, and वो interview में काफी कम बार पूछा भी जाता है, hence I have skipped them. Few topics are still there. See, Azure Active Directory है, monitoring है, and networking के कुछ छोटे मोटे concepts है like VPN and how to take remote of an Azure machine using a private IP. उसके लिए आपको भी उस नेटवर्क का हिस्सा बनना पड़ेगा, राइट? एंड दैट कैन बी अचीव्ड यूजिंग VPN. So that is called point to site VPN. We have seen site to site VPN. Site to site में क्या होता है? दो साइट को आप ये कर रहे हो, कनेक्ट कर रहे हो. It could be cloud to cloud, on site to cloud, anything, but those are two sites. When I say point to site, point here it means your end user. So it's something like your VPN, which I'm sure all of you are using. VPN आप लोग यूज कर रहे होगे आपके ऑफिस वगैरह में, जिस भी तरह का काम करते हो आप कनेक्ट करने के लिए VPN यूज कर रहे होगे. वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल रहा है सबका, सो आई एम श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू नो हाउ इट लुक्स, VPN से कैसे होता है. So similarly, we can create a VPN and then you can take Azure virtual machines remote using its private IP. That I'm gonna show you at the end. But बहुत ही rare पूछा जाता है, maybe 10 interview में एक बार या 20 interviews में एक बार. Right? Hence I have skipped that. We are gonna cover that. ठीक है, networking का ये वाला एक part pending है. I'll show it to you. इसमें क्योंकि काफी लंबे चौड़े steps है इसमें. Certificates, you have to create certificates and many steps are there. Right, and you should have a licensed OS वगैरह, काफी सारे steps है इसमें. So I'll just show it to you. You don't even have to do it, repeat it. वीडियो को एक दो बार देख लेना. कुछ basic questions I'll tell you about this के जितने questions आते हैं, and that should be enough. इसके majority questions में components ही पूछे जाते हैं. And point to site connection में, like we created site to site, point to site connection में आपके जो components है, those are multiple methods भी है. I have just chosen one method. I've just picked up one method, certificate method. So what are the components in that? Certificate, VNet gateway, root certificate, client certificate. These are the components. So two things you'll have to remember. One is how many methods are there, which are those, and उनमें से कोई भी एक method का आपको explanation आना चाहिए. That's all. But we'll do that later. इतना important नहीं है. Okay, so with this, our networking has been completed. Obviously, I have asked you to watch those videos जिसमें networking के basics आपके cover हो गए. Core things we have already covered. VNet peering, VPN, ये majority of the time they will ask you that we have already covered. Components वगैरह ये definitely पूछा जाएगा. So इसको आप अच्छे से ये कर लो. Right? It has been done. Compute has been done. We are talking about the storage now. Anyone has any questions, guys, before we go ahead and start storage? One of the most important topics, you will never ever see a single environment without storage. कोई environment होगा ही नहीं जहां पे storage को use नहीं किया गया हो. And you will not see any interview जहां पे storage का कुछ पूछा नहीं गया हो. So be focused. If you have any doubt from starting, do ask. Do not keep it with you कि यार इसको मैं last में पूछ लेता हूँ, last में पूछ लूंगी. Don't do that. Right? If you have any questions, ask there and then. We'll clear the doubts and then we'll proceed and then we'll go ahead. Because if you don't understand one thing, you will not understand further things. One more disclaimer about these terms and names. थोड़े बहुत ये change होते रहते हैं. This is an year-old picture I have, but this is a good picture to explain it to you. Hence, I have kept it. Exact नाम वगैरह जो है will always refer to either Microsoft site or portal. Like this GZRS, इसके बीच में maybe hyphen लग गया हो, maybe ये hyphen निकल गया हो, किसी भी तरह का change हो सकता है. Concepts are not changing, okay? नाम में थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ वहाँ change हो जाता है. For example, backup and restore, when it comes to storage का backup and restore file का, to restore nowadays they have renamed it to promote. पहले backup था, then backup को restore करने के लिए नाम था उसका restore, but nowadays they have given a name like promote. So concepts नहीं change हो रहे, छोटे मोटे नाम यहाँ पर हो जाते हैं change. So this is for understanding, but to memorize something, we'll always use the jargons from portal. ठीक है? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So before we start with the storage, थोड़ा बड़ा topic है maybe आज का और कल का session and then next week's session we are going to spend on storage and then we'll start with our migration. Before we start with migration, guys, I want all of you to complete all of your tasks. किसी का कोई भी pending होगा, सबको सब अच्छे से complete कर लो आप लोग. Because migration के वक्त I do not want you to focus on some old pending task, ये सब पे नहीं होना चाहिए, right? Okay, so very quick thing एक storage की मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. So you get an understanding. Okay, storage is nothing. In fact, there's a joke in a cloud. The cloud is nothing but someone else's computer, right? So when it comes to storage also, we are saying that you are saving something on store on cloud. But what does it mean? Can literally cloud में save हो रहा है आपका data? Where is it being saved, guys? When I say cloud, I'm saying मेरा data cloud पे save है, not even Azure cloud. Could be any cloud. I have an iPhone, I say iCloud, मेरे pictures iCloud पे save है. What does it mean? कहाँ पर saved है? Ultimate
किसी
जगह
physical
क्या है जहाँ
location
पर
पे।
saved है?
Cloud,
In some
storage,
physical hardware.
Hardware, yes. It is a hard disk. वो rack में जो मैंने आप लोगों को बताए थे, rack में सिर्फ servers नहीं होता है, right? Right? You remember the rack from data center, guys? Do you want me to show it again? I hope all of you
Yes,
remember the
we do
racks.
remember.
Right?
Yes.
So वो जो rack लगे हैं आपके यहाँ पर, let's say these are 300 racks I'm talking about, okay? Or maybe 900 rack, एक जो है 300 को represent कर रहा है, इस तरह से rack लगे हुए हैं. So those rack will have servers and they will also have hard disk. Maybe ये 10 TB का hard disk हो गया, ये 10 TB का hard disk हो गया, maybe this is 50 TB hard disk, maybe this is 5 TB hard disk. Okay, could be anything. This is 100 TB hard disk. इस तरह से हार्ड डिस्क आपके लगे हुए हैं. सिमिलरली जैसे आप एक मशीन का सेग्रीगेशन करते हो ना, एक फिजिकल मशीन में अगर 28 GB रैम है तो आप वर्चुअली सबको अलाइन कर रहे हो 5-10 GB समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो 5 GB रैम 5 GB रैम को आप डिवाइड कर रहे हो और इतना मशीन बना रहे हो. सिमिलरली यहाँ पर 50 TB का ये है स्टोरेज है, but not all of the users will require 50 TB. Not all of the clients will require 50 TB. Being a training company, UT-Kloud, I hardly require 1 TB. मेरा सारा डेटा वगैरह सब कुछ उसमें आ जाएगा. But I do not want to keep it with me. Why not? Why not? क्योंकि वो हार्ड डिस्क को मुझको अपडेट करना पड़ेगा, अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा, उसको मेंटेनेंस करना पड़ेगा. वो कभी चोरी होने का डर है, गुमने का डर है. प्लस आई हैव टू कैरी इट ऑल द टाइम. Okay, so to avoid that, what am I doing? I'm keeping my data on cloud. Cloud से access करने के लिए मुझको क्या चाहिए? बस internet connection. Even if I don't have my personal laptop with me, I can go and sit on any cafe and just connect to the cloud with using my credentials and my data is accessible. समझ में आया difference क्या है cloud में और आपके personal storage में?
Yes, sir.
Simple example, if I give you iCloud, second one which we use day by on daily basis, it is our Google Drive. Clear है guys to everyone? What is a cloud
Yes, sir.
storage now? Okay, we are just
Yes.
saying it cloud, but ultimately वो किसी न किसी disk पे रखा हुआ है, right? And there are chances कि ये disk भी fail हो सकती है. You are not handling, you are not responsible, but someone is handling, someone is responsible. Ultimately, it is a hardware. There are chances it can get corrupted, it can get failed. Power supply इसका भी टूट सकता है, ISP connectivity इसकी भी टूट सकती है. Everything, जितने भी रैक में प्रॉब्लम आते हैं नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी वगैरह सब कुछ आपके डिस्क के साथ भी हो सकता है. क्लियर है यहाँ तक चीजें? Just because it is cloud doesn't mean कि कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
What about others? Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay. So this is here. Now another term I want you to understand is a shared drive, right? What is a shared drive, guys? Here. Let me. Okay, these drives which I have. Yeah. This is my local drive. This hard disk is attached to my laptop. If something goes wrong with my laptop, it is not working. Okay. It got stolen. पानी में गिर गया, उसके ऊपर कुछ गिर गया, anything suddenly light चली गई, let's say that I don't have a backup, corrupt हो गया, anything happens to my laptop, even physical damage or keyboard टूट गया, let's say I'm not able to log in, so this data is not accessible to me anymore unless I repair that, unless I repair my keyboard and log in again. I forgot my password, this data is not accessible. My laptop has been stolen, this data is not accessible. Why? लैपटॉप के साथ ये डिस्क अटैच्ड है and these disks are attached with my laptop और ये it has been gone with my laptop, it's been gone. Clear है यहाँ तक? This is called your local disk. Is it clear, guys? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me show it to you. यहाँ तक कोई Azure का सेक्शन नहीं है, just I want to make your basics clear. So when we go to cloud, you should understand what I'm talking about. And here I just referred these 4 disks or drives. Okay, C, D, E, and F I'm talking about. Okay, so if you see this C, it is a part of disk 0. Disk 0, it is attached to my laptop. Okay, then if I talk about this D, it is again a part of my disk which is attached to my laptop. C1 is here on disk 1. C drive is here on my disk 1. D drive, it's on disk 0. E drive, disk 0. F drive, disk 0. But these 2 disks are attached to my laptop physically, literally attached है. अगर मेरे तो इस पे लैपटॉप पे आके किसी ने हैमर मार दिया, so these disks are gone, accessible नहीं है मेरे लिए, right? What I can do, I can either repair my laptop or I can remove the disk and attach it to some other laptop. ये दो options है मेरे पास. Okay, बस this drive, do you see anything here under disk management? किसी को दिख रहा है G drive? Anyone
No.
can tell me what is it?
Share drive.
That's your Google Drive.
Yes, it's my Google Drive. You can call it share drive, anything. इसमें से कुछ access मैंने आप लोगों को भी दे रखा, वो was share drive. What is a shared drive? Share drive is something which looks like a local drive. आपके कंप्यूटर पे दिखता है. You can click here. You can click here. You can access files from here, right? You can do this. But if something happens to my laptop, what do you think? Can I access this drive from some other laptop?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course I can. I have this drive linked on my phone also. Even if forget the laptop, अगर मेरे laptop को भी कुछ हो जाता है, मेरे phone पे सब कुछ accessible है. I have this drive synced on my MacBook Pro. If something goes wrong to my Windows laptop, I can access it from there. And if it even if it is not there, let's say if it wasn't synced with my Mac, it wasn't synced with my mobile. Still, if this something goes wrong to this laptop, do I have any dependency? इस laptop की कोई dependency है? I'll go ahead and map it from scratch. And just because I'm mapping this drive from scratch, do you think I won't see this data or will I see this data? Just because
You
I'm
will be
mapping
Be
it
able
from
to see
scratch.
this data.
Yes, I will see this data because I'm just mapping it there. My data is safe somewhere else. It is not attached to my laptop. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
This is your share drive. So we discussed the storage as a cloud. Cloud का क्या concept होता है? What is a shared drive? We discussed that. Now let me talk about the encryption. What is the encryption? Okay, then we'll come to this one, Azure specific terms. Now, what is the encryption? I told you if something goes wrong, what options do I have? Let's say my laptop has been stolen. Okay, someone stole my laptop, but I have a strong password and they are not able to access my data. What other option do they have? Their intention to steal my laptop was my data, not the laptop. Maybe they're just gonna sell it for cheaper price. They'll simply sell it, but they want to access my data. So what option do they have, guys?
They can hack your shared drive.
It's not working. No, why are we talking about the shared drive, local drive? Forget the shared drive. Shared drive, I can see shared drive. The moment my laptop got stolen, I log into other device and I'll change the password of my shared drive. My shared drive is not accessible, or maybe I'll simply download all the data from my shared drive to my local drive and delete everything from shared drive. Shared drive is always secure because it is not physically with them. I am worried about data which is here. I am worried about data which is here, which has gone with my laptop. Now the person who has stolen my laptop, he has access to my laptop. Access as in physical access, but he's not able to log into my laptop to access file here. So what do you think they can do?
They can remove the hard disk and attach it to another computer.
Perfect. If I explain it in a similar manner, guys, let's say nowadays we don't have memory card in phone. Now all smartphones and new phones are coming without memory card. They rely on internal memory. But if you remember old phones, memory card के साथ आते थे, right? इसमें phone का आपका internal storage होगा maybe 50 GB, which is not sufficient enough. But you can put a memory card of 256 GB to keep your pictures and everything, right? And now let's imagine your phone has been stolen. Someone has your phone, but they do not know your password. They're not able to log into your password, and they're interested in your pictures. But where are the pictures saved? Is it on phone or is it on memory card?
Memory card.
Memory card. So what do you think can be done easily?
They can just remove the memory card from that mobile
Exactly.
and it
Remove the
can.
memory card, put it in maybe some other mobile, or connect it to laptop or something, and just simply copy the data or access the data directly. What about others, guys? Are you getting these examples? What I'm trying to explain here?
Yes.
Yes.
All of you, anyone who did not understand? Ibrahim bhai, Afsar, are you guys getting it? Hamid, Nitesh, are you getting
Yes,
it?
sir.
Nitesh, are you getting the concepts?
Yes.
Okay. So it's clear till now, right? How a shared drive would function and how a local drive would function. So yes, this option is there that it can be removed. The disk can be removed from here, and it can be attached to some other laptop, or आप उस other laptop पे login कर लोगे, and you will have the disk accessible. How will you able to log into other laptop अगर ये disk लगा दोगे तो? So आपका login वगैरह जो कुछ होता है ना, वो आपके C drive में इस वाले disk पे होता है, encryption वगैरह. But if you remove this disk from here and this disk, इन दोनों को निकाल लो आप और किसी ऐसे लैपटॉप पे लगाओ जिसके ऑलरेडी एक सी ड्राइव है जिसपे आप लॉगिन वगैरह कर पा रहे हो, वहां पे आपका अपना ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, और इसको आप बस एज अ डेटा डिस्क लगा लो, राइट? इसको जस्ट एज अ डेटा डिस्क लगा लो, तो इसको आप डायरेक्टली ओपन करके चेक कर सकते हो सारे फाइल्स. इट इज एज गुड एज आप मेमोरी कार्ड के वाले ऑप्शन को रिकॉल करो, उससे एनालॉजी बना लो, इट विल बी इजियर फॉर यू. कि एक मोबाइल से आप मेमोरी कार्ड निकाल के दूसरे मोबाइल में लगा देते हो, एंड हाउ easy it is for you to access. Now, what option do I have to prevent that? I want to prevent that, right? So what can we do? Then an option called encryption. What happens when you apply an encryption, when you encrypt a disk, the moment that disk is removed, from your laptop, or even if it is a memory card में भी encryption का option था, especially in Android. Gingerbread के बाद से encryption का option आ गया था. I think 4.3 उसके बाद से आया था. So the moment you put this hard disk here, you can encrypt this disk, and the moment you do the encryption, ये disk आपके उस hardware के साथ encrypt हो गई है. And now if someone has stolen your laptop, they are not able to log in, they are not able to access your data. And the moment they remove this hard disk from this laptop and attach it anywhere, to other laptop, to other device, anywhere, it will again ask for an decryption key, which only you will know. And if the person doesn't have that decryption key, he has the disk, he has the data in it, but it is still not accessible for him. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? What is encryption?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all right.
To everyone, is it clear what is encryption? Anyone who did not understand encryption or decryption क्या है? Why are we learning it in Azure? Azure में भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपने डिस्क बनाई है, लिटरली फिजिकल डिस्क नहीं है, बट किसी हैकर के हाथ वो आपकी डिस्क लग सकती है, वो स्टोरेज अकाउंट का आईडी वगैरह लग गया. So still, that person should not be able to remove that disk, copy it, and attach it to his virtual machine in his subscription and access your data. That should not happen. इसलिए हम लोगों के पास Azure में encryption है. Azure में कोई physical disk तो है नहीं, right? Ultimately Azure में virtual disk ही है, but virtual disk पे चोरी हो सकती है. That can be done. So they should not be able to copy, they should not be able to do anything. इसलिए वहां पे इंक्रिप्शन है. बाय द टाइम यू कम टू नो, आपको पता चले, आप यहाँ से उसका डेटा कॉपी करके डिलीट करो, उसके पहले अगर कोई कुछ करता है, then what will you do? That is the reason encryption is there. Okay, the last concept we need to learn here before we move ahead with the Azure concepts is a soft delete. This will come in Azure वाले section में आ जाएगा. Now all of you understand, guys, in Windows or in Mac also you have a recycle bin here, right? एक कोने में recycle bin दिखता है आप लोगों को. Here it is. Can you see the recycle bin, guys?
Yes.
Okay, and here I have a file. Now the moment let me empty this. See, I was able to right click and empty this recycle bin. Moment I select this file, click on delete, it is asking, are you sure you want to move this file to recycle bin? I say yes. This means soft delete. Why does it mean soft delete? Because I have an option, I can go here and I can, what can I do?
Retrieve.
Restore the file.
Restore.
Restore.
Yeah, the moment I do a restore and just refresh, my file will be here. It has been restored and it's here on my desktop one. It gone. Here it is. So I have this, but here I have another option. What one option is shift delete. What does it mean?
Permanent delete.
Permanently delete the
Permanently
file.
delete. It is not going to recycle bin. Plus, let's say that even if I haven't done shift delete, I still have an option here. I can come to recycle bin and I can delete it from here. Empty recycle bin, or maybe select that file and delete it. So it has gone. Now, is there any way I can recover that file?
No.
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 Right. So this is your recycle bin, or this is your soft delete in our on-prem or laptop. But when it comes to Azure, and if you have enabled soft delete, right? We're going to learn how to do that. Why are we doing that? We are going to learn, but I want you to remember and learn these concepts. In Azure, if you try to delete something, and if your soft delete option is available, you do not have an option to shift delete. मतलब literally वहाँ delete का button और shift delete नहीं होता है. When I say shift delete, इसका मतलब हुआ permanent delete. You don't have an option to permanently delete something if you have enabled the soft delete option. And once you have deleted something, it will be there in the recycle bin. It will be there in the recycle bin, and you do not have an option to empty your recycle bin. Let's say out of this 50 TB, okay, out of this 50 TB, this 5 TB has been assigned to you. Under this 5 TB, you have one file here. You have a file here. Here, you have a file. And let's say you have deleted that file. The moment you delete your file, and if your soft delete is enabled, यहाँ पर कहीं पे आपका एक छोटा सा section दिया होगा. You are being charged for this 5 TB में जितना भी data आप use कर रहे हो ना, you are being charged for that. Now, if you delete this item from here, it will be deleted and it will sit here, यहाँ पर recycle bin में. So, do you think you are still paying the charges for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are, and you do not have an option to delete it from there. Rest everything, we'll see it on the portal in detail. These are just the concept I wanted to clear. Do you want a break of 5 minutes, guys, or should we continue?
Let's take a break.
Okay, then see you at 14:55, same link.